you're wondering what these 3 songs all have in common, then you realized you're just in for the head voice. Welcome everybody to Maximum Voice. Today's topic is the head voice. And now you're asking me like, okay, but that sounded also different. Yes, because we did just a pop voice, a middle voice, head voice, and also a classical head voice. So there's 3 colors of head voice, and to get into the first one, we gonna practice the head voice today. Okay, so if you're already warmed up, let's start. If you're not warmed up, please check out the warming up videos that I did for you. One physical, one vocally. If you're warm, you can come straight back here. So head voice, what is it? There's like all these different names to it. Not only to it, we have like a head voice, a mixed voice, a chest voice. And it can get a little bit confusing depending from what school you're coming from. I'm going to use just head voice, middle voice, chest voice, not any other name for it. I think it's more easy than to do it like that. So today we're specifically looking into the head voice. And what's the difference? I think there's like a very, very important thing is to know where to feel the voice. So when I'm talking, it's a chest voice thing. So I'm feeling that straight on my chest here. You can try it out. Just put your hand or both of your hands on your chest and start just la 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 blah blah blah. Test, test, test. And you will have this slight vibration, and you will also feel that you're speaking mostly into here. That would be the chest voice. So what's happening when we do the head voice? The head voice, it's like you have like this light around your head, and you can feel it, and like you have to imagine to have it like really radiant here. So what I'm doing is I'm going more into my head with my voice now, which is like going higher, but also it's like it's just more resonating here than it's resonating here. And to show you the difference, I'm going to sing a single note in all 3 different positions, so you can hear and figure out for yourself also what's the difference. So Max, that's very interesting, but I'm still not figuring out what the head voice is because you're not getting to the point. I know. Please be a little bit patient with me. I would like to try to approach it with you. Let's start with getting your voice into the higher ranges. And there's like something's called like puppy calling, puppy whining, and it sounds like this. It's like try it out for yourself. Then you already might feel that it's like something's happening here. You cannot really describe it probably, but something's happening there. And the thing that's happening there would be that the vibration you first felt in your chest was vibration from your larynx that was also going downwards and stimulating the lung fabric. And the higher pitches and the higher sounds are more going into your bone head structure, so that's this phantom feeling thing. If you can't feel it yet, you could go like with your hand on your head and just like focus on what you feel of your fingertips going to the head and thinking into this feeling and trying to reach it with your voice. Maybe this is working for you better. Also, what I just did, the going through the sirens will help you to go over and over and over and over and up and up and up and up into your head. So you can try out like and so on. A lot of people have the problem that they're sticking in their chest usually when they're coming from as a chest person. There's like always like kind of 2 types of singers. Some are better with a head voice, some are better with a chest voice. And if you're someone who's better with your chest voice, then you're probably going to try to do something like so you're not really getting out of here. And I had a student, she had a very nice picture for that when she figured out how to do it. She said she's feeling like she's having like a marble in her mouth. So in the middle voice, the marble is here, and in the head voice, it's clicking up in the head or down into the chest. I also like the picture of like putting a gear in. And why am I making that so complicated? Why am I not just saying like do this and that and you're in head voice? Well, it's not that easy actually, because it's something we're doing more subconsciously. We don't really affect our larynx also, like in which position it goes. It's just like very automatic, and we have to trigger it via like how it feels, where to orient, or like how it should be sounding, and like everybody needs to get their very own approach on that. But it is possible to learn. Since we don't want to only do exercises here, I'm coming back to those 3 songs that I started with. The first one was Skinny Love from Birdie, and I really like this one because it's very light and it's very popish, and you can hear it very well. I'm gonna redo it now. Come on, skinny love, just last the year. Pour a little salt, you will never hear. What you want here is you want a decent support here, but not too much. You don't do too much here or you're locking off. You want a free larynx. So the air needs to simply go straight through here before you form the note in this upper part of your face and with your head resonancy. So if you're going too tight here because you feel like, oh my gosh, this is so high and I can't do that. It's like, please put the inner critic back and say like, maybe I can't do it yet, but I will be able to do it. And be open to sounds that are not too pleasant sometimes, and be open to failing it from time to time. The more pressure you make yourself to getting it perfect, the less it will work, because you will tighten here, and then nothing's going to work anymore. You can start with this by becoming very breathy. We start on a ha now with the song, and we just want to let it roll. Try that a few times, try to get it really nicely flowing. Check out your support if it's helping you. Check out if you might be stuck here and that's going in there, and then try to just bring it over the head or bring it over the face, or do whatever you can to try to trigger this area of your body. I know it's not your body anymore, but it's like your extended body. Let's see it like that, okay? And with this popish voice, it's popish head voice, it's really nice because it's usually very, very unaffected, very clean, and just very breathy and light. So let's do it again. So when you do this, you can now change to something that's like a little bit more moved in the mouth, like you, as if you have some lyrics. So we go over ma. Ma 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 ma. Latest here you will notice if your lead is very well or not. If you're more in the throat, you need to come more in front in the to the lead. If you have trouble with this, check out my lead tutorial. I'm gonna show you a lot of exercises there too, how you get there and explain what it is and how it's working and how you can work it. If your lead is good and your support is good, there's also a video for that. If your lead is good and your support is good, then everything should be quite well, and everything should be open, and your mama should be working. If this is the case, it's perfect. Then now we go into the lyrics. Come on, skinny love, just last a year. Pour a little salt, you will never hear. So if this is workable for you, beautiful, because this is the pop head voice. We are going to do the same with the next song, which is called Defying Gravity. It's a musical piece. I love picking musical pieces for this mixed head voice, mixed chest voice, because musical is working a lot with the mixed voice, and we want to use that. So I sing the passage again. I will not try defying gravity. Kiss me goodbye, I'm defying gravity. Maybe you hear that already. That's the thing with mixed voice. You're not constantly in the head mixed voice, but I'm also going down to the chest mixed voice, since this is kind of like the idea of mixed voice, to be able to switch in between both of them. To do that, it would be good if you can check out my mixed voice tutorial. I also did that in preparation for this video. And check out the mixed voice first. If you can do that already, amazing. So how do we get into the head mixed voice? I love to do it by sweeping myself in and then starting to sing. I would also here start on an open vocal now, on a ah or ha, and it's working like this. Try defying gravity. Now I made a little mistake. I just went a little bit too low. I'm gonna stop a little bit higher. That might make it a little bit more clear. Try defying gravity. Kiss me goodbye, I'm defying gravity. So if you can sweep yourself in here, try to find a good note before you want to start. Check that note out and then start on it. On a A and not on the text, on the lyrics as I just did it. If it's working for you on the ah, really great. You might have noticed you need a lot of support here to keep your voice really into the lead and into the middle voice. And you again need a good breath flow, good breath organization, have it flowing in through here, through the larynx, and coming out very crisp and straightly from the nose and the lips. Not from here, not from here, also not from here. You really need to go like in front of here. That's where your sound is exiting into the world and where you want to give it the final form, so you give it away from here. Again, I would love to go now over ma. That's the note I'm targeting on now. Also here again, you will need some support, some hit, and that could be a point why it's not working for you. Also, if you feel like it's tensed here again, try to get it open again. Try to do something like This is a very good way to open the larynx if it's like too tightened because you did something wrong before. Then try to do some rounds of that and figure out which part of your body might be the one that's like triggering off something that you can't do it. If everything's workable for you to hear, we now go back to the lyrics. And now we'll try defying gravity. Kiss me goodbye, I'm defying gravity. Also here again, now you can adjust your support, you can adjust your vocal flow, your airflow, your articulation, everything that might keep you from being in front of here and the system's not working, and getting like a good grip beforehand with the other exercises. And that's, for me personally, the best way to approach the mixed middle voice. Essential part, sweep here into the mixed voice. Just like we do it in the sweep exercise. Also that one is online, so if you want to check it out, then you should just check it out and learn it before you continue with this part of the video. So, last but of all not least, we're going into a little bit more like classical head voice. Since I'm not a classical singer, I don't have a big classical repertoire. I also love to use musical songs here. And here I right now think of Me from Phantom of the Opera, and they have this wonderful part in there where she's just like jumping through the notes. So I think that's quite decent to learn the classical head voice. Please, classic people, don't kill me outside. I'm doing my very best on that. If you think I'm doing something wrong here, give me a correction in the comments. I'm very open for that, and like everybody else might not learn something wrong from me. But by now, I feel like I was quite good with this approach with my students. So, how do we do that? I got an exercise myself from my teachers, which worked kind of well for me. Imagine you're like a real star diva and you have like a body like that is swinging along with you when you sing. We want to get the gear in head voice again. We make a long face. So you have plenty of room here in your face to do that. And we start just with the first note. So we want to do a head note that's in your comfortable feeling. Just make a long face and give it this body. Something like so now there's a lot of vibrato in it now because I'm feeling like being this diva. The vibrato is going to be in another session. It's also okay if you do the vibrato just makes it a little bit like thicker, give it more body. But it's also fine if you do it without the vibrato to hear. So if you do this note, you might notice again, we need a lot of support, the breath flow needs to go right, and we need the lead, which is our basic system we want to have approached beforehand. I already told you that there's a lot of videos for all of this stuff already on the channel, so if there's any problem in any of that, please go check that out. It will help you. If you sung that note, go a little bit further, go higher. And the next one, you might notice that like in the buttocks, it's really going like, it's opening up because you give all the push into your lower belly right now to keep everything up here nice and free and floating. And so on. If this is working, you want to combine that now with a little of those hits to do the little jumps I just do. Let's start with the first few. So you see, I hit like the PTK exercise. I'm just giving it hit, 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 hit. This way we jump the notes, keeping them in front and keep the larynx from trying to generate something that it shouldn't generate because it should do just the pure notes. Maybe you feel this gear thing that I talked about, that it's now like maybe you feel this like head cloud. Something is doing its work up here, but especially not up down there. Put your hands here, there's no vibration whatsoever, you can feel it. So combine these hits and do it slowly. Repeat after me, once more. So and if you have like now little slurs in there or something else, that might be because your hit is not direct enough. If you do something like then there's not enough attack here. Or you have maybe a little bit problems with your lower belly that should continue like giving a good ground floor for the vocal dancing here. If you feel your own body and what it's like doing when you do that stuff, you can feel that there's a lot of muscle groups involved right now. If you are there, We can try some of the lyrics. Think of me fondly like a common dream. No credits on the lyrics, I'm not sure if they're right, but that's what I'm doing now. So we want to do it just the same as we did it before, trying to pursue this classical approach, make a big body out of it, make a long face out of it, articulate very well. You are meant to be a little bit dramatic here now. Think of me fondly, like a common dream. So that was with the lyrics again. I think it might be a bit hard, so we go to A. That's working, there's no problem with the throat, no air problems, no support problems. Continue to ma. Ma, 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 ma. And then you can continue with the lyrics. What we're approaching here, again, it's you want to have first a little bit closed back up and but a flow, so we use the ah, so it's really steady. You don't have to do so much if it's just one steady sound that you don't have to replace. So the ma is then more like the lyrics. We move our face just a little bit more like, so it's still easier to control than the lyrics. Now we're coming in with the lyrics. Now you will have to do a little bit more with the rest of your system. Think of me fondly, like a common dream. So you notice you have a little bit more to do now. I hope you get this head circle light around holy thing, and you can approach the head voice. It's mostly a phantom feeling that you need to approach to bring your larynx into a position that you need and to support the higher frequencies in these cavities and bringing it out, and then it's recognized as a head voice. You can practice with different head voice exercises. Maybe I'm gonna put some on the channel here too. I'm gonna see how much time I'm gonna have for that. But there's also online a lot of exercises that you can download and try with. Just remember your support, your whole system, everything has to work to keep it floaty and make it possible to sing in this high ranges here. Good, that was it. I hope you learned a little bit. And I see you soon. Bye.